Oh, so all you genre fans out there, we all remember Calamity Jane, don't we? Doris Day, Howard Keel, and there was. Do you remember when they was both going to the ball at the end, and you think that Doris Day is going to meet the cavalry officer, and we all think that Howard Keel is going to the ball and he's going to fall in love with Calamity Jane's friend, and they're on the wagon. Howard Keel, they're having a chat, and we're thinking, oh no, no, come on, you two. We've spent the whole film here. Like, come on, Calam. You know, you know you're into him, and you know Howard Keel is into her. But no, they're going, oh, and that was a big build up. Well, I've got to say, Filoni is obviously a fan of Calamity Jane because we have a nice little wagon scene where Ezra and what's her face? Oh my God, you're all screaming at the screen now, aren't you? The green-haired bird. I can remember Doris Day from the 50s, but I can't remember her. This is like getting Alzheimer's worse, but live. Ezra and she's chased him all across the galaxy anyway. They're having a lovely little wagon ride with the little toad people, with the little no-nos or tutu or whatever they say. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and it's everything I expected from the penultimate episode of an 8-hour long series. And if that introduction has intrigued you, join me after the scroll, because I'd rather talk about Calamity Jane a bit more, to be fair. Bonjour. Oh. 7 episodes out of 8. When I clicked on Dismal Minus, there's a Mon Mothma thumbnail for this episode. When did she become a thing? When did Mon Mothma, like, Dismal Minus, they just seem to love that character. As if like, oh, that's going to link it all together. It's so. Of all the exciting characters you could pluck out of. Spoiler alert, we see C-3PO in this episode. I think we do. I think I heard him because I did look away from this episode a few times. Basically because right from the beginning with Rosario Dawson practicing her moves. Her moves. Oh my God, it's so slow and boring. There's nothing dynamic about any aspect of this. The Thrawn, and I mentioned it before, the actor's great who's playing Thrawn, and you know, it did build up a bit of momentum last episode. It just goes nowhere. It just stalls for a complete episode. The music. What was that? You know what? It reminds me of that film. What was the film where is it Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where the guy, he's the girlfriend that's left him, she's the star of the show that he does the soundtrack to, and it's a bit of a procedural detective drama that she gets the sack from. And when you see the scenes of him getting bored doing the same old ominous, when he's trying to do something different, and the producer is in the microphone, he goes, "Just do dark and ominous. Keep it how it usually is." That's like the music for this. You can imagine in the soundtrack booth, in the music booth, someone saying, "Yeah, just keep it I don't know what you'd call it, generic. You can't even say sci-fi generic. I don't know what the music is to this. I don't know what it is. Elevator. Let's keep it elevator generic. And I tell you what, I just hovered over the fast forward button for all this, and I do I'm going to apologise right now. You might as well click it off because all you're going to do is get me moaning now. I ain't reviewing this. It's just Ezra, and I've still got a mental block on her. I'm just going to swear then on her name. It does get frustrating when you get these mental blocks. But all they're doing is having a little ride with the toad people in their little in their little wagons. Oh, I don't know. Then they get attacked, which we all predicted. I think, the Hogcast from last week. I think a couple of the guys predicted that or not actually. I'm looking at one of you lot out there actually who predicted what was going to happen this week. So fair play to you. I think it's Eric or Irk, or it might be Eric. Anyway, fair play to you, mate, because you spotted it last week and you did say it in the comments. So you was right. So the red dudes, the wasteland ne'er-do-wells from last week, attack the toad people and Ezra and oh wow. Anyway, they attack, and one of the little toad people gets a catapult out. And we did all see this coming, didn't we? We know these little insect people, toad men, whatever you are, we know that they're just the Ewok replacement, but oh my God. Oh, it's so boring. Anyone who bangs the drum for this shit, we've got to have a chat. Come on, guys. We've got to have a chat. This is so bad. And then old Ray squares off, AHSOKA squares off against old Ray Stevenson. I mean, old shit Hattie, that was building up between her and Sabine Wren. Yes. But that antagonism in the hands of professional, experienced TV showrunners and writers and producers, that antagonism would have been built up from episode 1, near enough right at the beginning. And I did mention it, that I liked it. The fact that old Shin Hattie was giving her dirty looks and old Sabine Wren, there was that thing. And the fact that she did run her through. But she did survive, we know they do now. We know they do. But even that, there's no kind of deliverance of what we wanted to see. Like some ultimate fight or Sabine Wren's ultimate revenge. Nothing's built up. There's no oomph anywhere in this show. I know I said it before, whether it makes a good cartoon or not, I did say that Filoni does make a decent cartoon. That's where he made his name. And I'm not saying he's an unintelligent, unimaginative creator. But my God, he needs to collaborate, the guy. Because we've had 7 hours of this now. And yeah, and we've got Calamity Jane and Howard Keel on their way to the ball at the end of the film called Calamity Jane. And at least that had a musical number, and at least we had Doris Day dancing around the trees singing Once I Had a Secret Love. Perhaps this AHSOKA should have been a musical. AHSOKA singing Once I Had a Jedi Master. No, I'm getting a bit self-indulgent now. I do apologise. I do apologise for that. That's all I've got, guys. I'm so sorry. That's all I've got. It's deadly dull. Is anyone who can give me anything? If you, I tell you what, even you taters, if you can find a nugget of sweet corn out of this, well, it's not a turd really. It's a little bit of diarrhea. It isn't even a bit of diarrhea. It's a lot. It's a lot, and this is the penultimate episode that should have us fired up for the climax of the season. It's not there, is it, guys? Well, you tell me otherwise. Out of you 20,000 glorious, beautiful, sexy subscribers, if there's any one of you, probably you're agreeing with me if you're subscribing, because I don't think any of the ones that dislike me, especially on these AHSOKA videos, I don't suppose you're going to comment. But it'd be good if you did, just to tell me where you found the sweet corn in this particular turd this week. Because I tell you what, and if I could spell that sigh, instead of putting S, loads of I's, loads of G's, loads of H's on my thumbnail, I don't know, unless I just use my Mothma for my thumbnail, because it seems to be the way that Dismal want to go. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there and bid you all adios.